I don't understand what just happened. Am I streaming? It says I'm streaming on YouTube. So I'm gonna go ahead and start recording. Okay. Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Tyra Jacqueline. It's all she girl, all that stuff. I pray this is working. This is the first time I tried to live stream on YouTube. So I really, really hope this is working. I think it is. Hopefully I won't have to do it again, but if I do, I will. Okay. So to everybody who is watching or will be watching, I'm going to do a quick budgeting video. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to first show you the actual electronic budgeting tool that my clients actually have access to. And it's a pretty nifty tool, guys, that I like to show. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pull that up. It looks like my browser changed, so I'm going to change it back. And I should be there in a second. Let me go ahead and share my screen. There it goes. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all this pretty nifty budgeting tool that we have. So when I'm speaking with prospects or my clients, one thing that they do understand is that they need to budget, but most people don't budget. So with that being said, when it comes to actual budgeting, there's multiple ways you can do it. It's not hard. The idea of budgeting is simple. It's just that the fact that a lot of people just don't do it. So I want to show y'all this nifty electronic budgeting tool. And it's very, very simple for you to use. I mean, you start with what you bring home, and this is your net pay, not your gross pay, your net pay with what you bring home. And then we talk about your expenses. So when you are budgeting, you need to follow the 50-30-20 rules. So 50 is needs, 30 is wants, 20 is savings. But when you are saving for a specific goals, you need to change those needs and those wants. I would go as far as to say that your savings should be about 30% and your wants be 20, but you might even want to reduce it further than that, like your savings be 40 and your wants be 10. So let's just go ahead and start right here. So let's say your net monthly pay is $3,000. And I know there's a lot of single moms out there and everything. A lot of them are doing it on their own with their children. So let's just say there's no spouse monthly income and you're getting $3,000 a month. So you're going to click save on there. Yeah. So then you're going to start inputting all of your houses, your utilities and all that stuff. And as you see, it's a lot. Okay. So it breaks it up in two categories of budgeted and spent. So if you're budgeting, then your rent is not going to change. Maybe it might change from year to year, but let's talk about how your rent may be $900, guys. I don't know. Okay. $900 rent. Your homeowner's insurance, guys, homeowner insurance is very cheap. So make sure you have that. All right. So home repair and maintenance. So every once in a while, we know that you're going to have some type of home repair to do. And if you're renting, of course, that's up to the landlord. But if you own your home, that's up to you. So electric and gas together, let's say that's about, I don't know, if you have a family with children, we know that that electric and gas, that's going to be some type of bill. Depending on the time of the year, the electric is going to be higher or the gas is going to be higher. Okay, cell phones. Now, this is where we know cell phones can be very, very expensive. Cable and internet. Listen, I don't even know why people even have cable nowadays, but it can be very, very expensive. Okay, and then the additional expenses. You also need to always factor in other expenses as well. Okay. All right, so what did you budget for and what did you actually spend? Let's talk about transportation. Do you have a car? Okay, so maybe you have a car payment each month. Well, that's not going to change. Your car insurance, let's say that's about 50 a month. Okay. All right, your gas. What do you spend on gas a month? Let's say you are budgeting for 100, but you only spend 75. Let's just say. Parking tolls, additional expenses. We know anything can happen. Groceries. We all know food is very expensive. So let's say we budgeted for 350, but you actually spent 400. You dined out this month. You spent 150 bucks on dining out. Then we got some other things with school lunches and stuff. But I know a lot of kids get free lunch. My daughter does. So let's talk about we got life insurance. We know a lot of people don't even have life insurance. But first and foremost, you should have everybody should have life insurance. That should not be an actual compromise there on life insurance. Everybody should have it. Okay. But let's talk about going to getting your hair done. About $300 a month, because I know there are women that spends a lot of money. You got co-pays at the doctor, $40 copay. We got some prescriptions, $20. Let's say you didn't spend it, but your life insurance is about $30 a month, because I want you to have life insurance. That's why I'm putting it in there. And kids, we know this is one of the biggest bills here. We got child care, child support payments, school tuition and supplies. Let's say the supplies, it wasn't budgeted for, but guess what? We spent $200 on supplies, which can happen because I'm getting ready to do my daughter's supplies. So then we have debt and other loans. We got credit card bills. Let's say you budget for 100 and that's exactly what you spent. You might have student loans, tax payments, things of that other miscellaneous stuff. All right, so everything, we come down to everything here that we have in there. Oh, we got miscellaneous expenses. You never know. So we got tobacco and alcohol for people that smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol. Let's say that's what we spent. You went to church and you tithed a little bit. All right. You did your tithings, about $50 a month. I don't know, holidays and birthdays. Let me see. Let's say you spent $300 on what you did. Let's say you didn't really budget for it, but you spent $300 on it. Your entertainment, you didn't really budget for it, but you spent $100. Okay, we got travel and recreation. This is the summertime and we're in August, so let's talk about the fact that we spent $500 on our travel, even though we really didn't budget. So then there's places for additional expenses as well. So I'm going to save that, see what it looks like. So now, with everything that was spent, budgeted in August, $3,250, which is over the $3,000 mark. And in August of 2023, you spent $4,230. And in June, we went over 485. That's a past budgeting thing that I did, y'all. So with that being said, as you see, we're in the red, and the red is not good, meaning we have to cut down on some of these expenses. So, okay, so you can't do much about your rent and your mortgage. What's something you can cut? Let's talk about cutting this cable and the internet. How about having just internet and maybe a couple streaming services? Okay, try something like that. Let's try reducing that. Instead of $150, let's bring it down $100. Let's bring it down to $100. Okay, your transportation. Now, with gas, we know gas is going to be what it's going to be, but how can you cut that down? By taking the bus. Okay, and we got the car insurance. You got to pay your car insurance. That just is what it is. Car payment, you got to have a car payment. If you're going, you got to have a car. You got to have a car payment. Okay, then we got groceries and dining out. So here are the things that needs to be modified. Let's say instead of you budget for $100, let's take the budgeting out altogether. Because let's say you didn't really plan, but you only spent $50 at dining out. Okay, so that's a sacrifice. That's one sacrifice that needs to be made. if you want to purchase a home or you have a major purchase that you want to get, one sacrifice that need to be made is stop dining out. Another thing is if you can cut back on going to the barbershop, spending that $100. If you got a son, you might not be able to do it like that. So let's put in $150, $150, okay? Because he gotta go to the barbershop, get his hair cut maybe once or twice a month. So we got school tuition and supplies. So supplies, we know it's nothing we can do much about that. We got credit cards. I didn't even factor in any student loans or anything like that. And then another thing that you're gonna have to cut back on, let's say you're doing entertainment. Let's not go to the concert this week, okay? How about when it comes to alcohol? Let's cut that bad boy down. I don't smoke, so I understand smoking is real important for people, but let's cut back on the alcohol, guys. So if we cut back on alcohol, let's say we go back to $50 a month on tobacco and alcohol. I'm not 100% sure if I'm not being realistic. I don't know, but because I don't smoke. But if we cut back, alcohol is very expensive, happy hour, all that good stuff, dining out, happy hour, all that stuff here. Let's cut back. So we're going back from 150 to $50. Then we got travel and recreation. Like I said, let's say we took a vacation. But if you're going to save for a house, this needs to be your last vacation. All right. So now we saved it. So now we are under your budget in $29.50. But unfortunately, if you only made $3,000, and you budget for $29.50, you're still $50. There's only a $50 difference, but you spend in August $3,750. But your expenses came out to $29.50, as you can see right here. So with that being said, you have to think about sacrifices that you need to make. Remember that 50-30-20 rule. And if you are looking to get a home, you probably want to make those savings 40%, because you want to save as much as you can, do overtime if you can. If you got a second job or you got a gig or a side hustle or a business, make sure you're working it. Because you need that extra money for closing. Make sure that you are applying for grants. Ask your real estate agent and your mortgage officer about the grants that are available to you in your area. And some places you can actually stack grants too, especially as a first-time home buyer. So make sure you find that information out about how much free money you can actually get. You get seller's assist, stuff like that when it comes to purchasing a home. But budgeting is something everybody needs to do, no matter if you're trying to make a major purchase or not. Everybody needs to budget. So that's the purpose of this short video. Also, I have a paper copy of a budgeting sheet that you can use each month. I really want y'all to use it. My clients, people who are clients with me, have access to this budgeting system. Make sure you use it, please. All right, so that's pretty much it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in, for those of you who will tune in. And I will also share this in my financial literacy group. So financial literacy is my game and I love it. Okay, so thank you so much. And you have an awesome, awesome night.